Madhvacharya Shlashtatur ki Shad Goswami Prabhu ki Prem Sakosti Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaurav ki Shri Radha Krishna Chandra ki Shri Krishna Balaram ki Shri Gauranga ki Shri Srinivasa Govinda ki Shri Prahlad Nasandev ki Nitai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaurabhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all. So today we are going to discuss the last session of Madhvacharya's history. So in the last class, I think it's almost more than 2 months over. People would have forgotten. So we have discussed in the last class about how Madhvacharya got the deities of Krishna and Balarama and how he installed in Udupi and Vadabandeshwara. After installing the deities of Krishna and Balaram, Madhvacharya went to Uttarabadri, where he met Vyasadeva and received his blessings. When he returned, he went to Kurukshetra and Varanasi and he explained the stories of Lord Krishna, connected to Lord Krishna and his devotees. So then later he returned to Udupi, where all the people received him. And when he was not there, during his absence, people at Udupi felt separation. And they were eager to see Madhvacharya because the way he explains the philosophy and purity purifies all the people. Naturally, everyone wants to associate with the devotees like Madhvacharya, pure devotees. So the moment the people, when they saw Madhvacharya returned, they felt as if they came back to life. They felt they were as if they were dead. Then Madhvacharya would constantly give discourse and people relish each and every moment when he was speaking, and they want to look at Madhvacharya's beautiful face. In this way, they enjoyed. So time has passed. In the past, when Madhvacharya went on a tour to South India, we have discussed in the second session. So at the time, he defeated one of the head of Sringeri Mata, named Vidyashankara. He was the Mayavadi head of Sringeri Mata, where Shankaracharya's main headquarters is there. And after that, the person Madhvacharya defeated him in the past, and in due course of time he died. Later, the followers of Mayavadis selected Padma Tirtha as the head of Sringeri Mata. And these people were envious of Madhvacharya. They were holding grudge against Madhvacharya, who defeated their guru or the previous Acharya, Vidyashankara. They were holding grudge. Somehow we should defeat this Madhvacharya. So they were vengeance. They want to take some revenge against Madhvacharya. So because they knew very well it's not possible for them to defeat Madhvacharya, although Vidyashankar was a very powerful person, very scholarly. Nevertheless, he was defeated. And they knew that none of them have got that much power as Vidyashankar had. So they tried somehow to put him down through different black magic art. And they used the tantras, black art tantras, to make Madhvacharya paralyzed. And they tried with some particular mantra to put him down, or to make him to go crazy, mad, to create a dissension in the camp of Madhva, so that people will not respect him. They want to spoil Madhva somehow. They tried all the means of using different tactics, black art magic, but nothing was successful. Everything, all the attempts what they made, it's failure. Then finally they decide to kill him by the tantric mantras. That also failure. So they tried various means to kill Madhvacharya. They were not successful in their attempts. Then finally they thought they want to give some trouble to Madhva. So Madhvacharya has spent quite good amount of time in writing commentary on different Upanishads like Isha Upanishad, Kena Upanishad, then Kata Upanishad, then Mundaka Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad, then Mahabharata and Bhagavata. So he wrote commentaries. He took a lot of time to write commentaries and kept a book in his library. And these people came and stole away all the books. Whatever work Madhvacharya had done throughout his life, these people took away all the books and ran away. So Madhvacharya became very angry and just started following them, somehow to capture these people. So Madhvacharya went to a place called Kudipadi. It's a village called Kudipadi, and he met these people. And this person, the Ramatirtha, Padmatirtha, just he came and offered obeisance to Madhvacharya, pleaded as if he's ignorant, as if he's innocent, that he has not stolen the books. And somehow he was nicely talking to Madhvacharya, so that Madhvacharya will not have any doubt that he had stolen the books. So Madhvacharya, when he was in that place called Kudipadi, there is a temple called Janardana temple, and he was staying there. Meanwhile, that 4-month Chaturmasa started, and being sannyasi, he decided to stay in that place only. And this Padmatirtha, he thought, no, somehow this Madhvacharya will come to know that we have stolen the book, so we'll be caught. Before he catches return, we'll run away. So without telling anybody, he and all his followers took the book and ran away from the place. So next day, when Madhvacharya saw that these people absence, and they understood these people are the actual culprit who had stolen this scriptures, whatever he had written. Then later, this news started spreading everywhere that Madhvacharya's books were stolen from his library, and went to the king of Kumbha, called Kerala. Currently, this name is called Kerala. The king of Kerala, he was pious king, very generous, pious king, and named Jayasimha. So this news reached Jayasimha that this people, Shringeri Mata people had stolen the books of Madhvacharya. He sent a message to Madhvacharya, my dear so-and-so, if you want me to recover, I'll recover the book. So Madhvacharya gave signal, he gave consent, please go and get back the books. Then this Jayasimha sat on the chariot, and he and the followers went to the Shringeri Mata and called out, sent a very strong message. If you don't bring back the books, all your people will be killed by our people. You will see destruction, complete destruction. He warned, he gave a strong message. Then all the people, the Mata, Shringeri Mata people were afraid and brought back all the books and gave to the king, Jayasimha. Jayasimha then took the book and sent a message to Madhvacharya and requested Madhvacharya to come to Vishnu Mangala so that he can go and hand over the books. So when Madhvacharya came to Vishnu Mangala, the king also went to Vishnu Mangala. He was carried carried in the palanquin. So the moment the king reached the place where Madhvacharya was there, he got down from the palanquin, went straight away fell at the feet of Madhvacharya. Although he was a great king, nevertheless he fell at the feet of Madhvacharya because he knew what is the position of Madhvacharya, how exalted, simply by rendering some service to great soul, one can attain successful in his life. One can attain success in his life. So this king knew, Jaisima knew that by serving a great Vaishnava like Madhvacharya, I can attain the goal of life. I can accomplish my goal within this in this lifetime itself. So he was very confident of serving the great Vaishnavas. So when people saw that how exalted king falling at the feet of saintly person, they all saw so such a king who has got so much humility to fall at the feet of a saintly person. Then later offered obeisance and he became a disciple of Madhvacharya. Then later Madhvacharya, the king went from Vishnumangalam to Kerala and Madhvacharya started his journey. And one day Madhvacharya, he had one disciple, so he was sitting in the assembly of many brahmanas, scholars, devotees. So he called for his disciple Rishikesh Tirtha, and he asked Rishikesh Tirtha to recite from the Bhagavatam. Generally, Madhvacharya, whenever opportunity comes, he would take the opportunity to preach Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita to people. So he would ask people to read from Bhagavatam. So he started reciting some verses from Bhagavatam. Generally, Madhvacharya and his disciples, all of them would recite verses from Bhagavatam so nicely, with a meter, and beautifully they will recite the verses. So when Madhvacharya asked his disciple Rishikesh Tirtha to recite from Bhagavatam, he started reciting from Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 14th chapter, where Lord Brahma offers prayer to Lord Krishna. One of the verses says, Tatte nukampa sushmikshamam dunchana evatma kritam ibakum. Vidvak pabubir vidadan namaste jivete yo mukti pade sadaya bhak. So when he was explaining this was what that Rishikesh Tirtha was reciting the verse and started reciting the meaning. Lord Brahma says to Lord Krishna, "Oh my dear Lord, one who is eagerly waiting for you to bestow your mercy upon him, while he undergoes suffering to all his past misdeeds, because we all commit many mistakes. We have committed in the past, we'll committing now. So therefore, as means we have to undergo some reaction. So the devotees undergo reaction to all his past mistakes, but he does not care for it. Devotee does not care for it. They ignore. Although they undergo suffering, nevertheless, they engage in the service of the Lord with their body, mind, and words. Such kind of devotees sure to attain liberation, sure to come to your abode. Why? It has become his rightful claim. So when Rishikesh Tirtha recited the verse, Madhvacharya started explaining about the importance of this verse. This verse embodies the mood of devotees, surrendered people, surrendered devotees. Surrendered devotees, they do not care how much suffering they undergo. They may undergo many challenges, reverses in their life, but they never blame the Lord for suffering. They accept all the sufferings as a token of reaction for the past mistakes. Actually, every devotee feels, I supposed to suffer so much, because Lord generally reduce the suffering of a devotee. Not that devotee sometimes surrender to Lord and become free from all suffering. No. Lord reduces the suffering about 90%. What is supposed to get, Lord reduces 90%. He gets only a token, 10%. That also Lord gives the suffering to the devotee, not to purify him. Lord can remove 100%. If Lord removes 100%, we will not feel to go back home, back to God, and we will feel that, okay, I am happy here, let me continue here. So this suffering is meant for accelerating one's devotion to Lord. Therefore, Lord gives the suffering to accelerate the devotion of the devotees. He makes devotees to progress rapidly. Therefore, Lord provides this 10% suffering. So devotees knew very well that Lord is giving me this suffering as a token, not to remind me to make progress in spiritual life quickly. And they do not blame the Lord. And they constantly absorb in devotional service with their body, mind, and words. Such kind of people are eligible to go back home, back to Godhead, because it has become Dayabha. Dayabha means rightful claim. Just like a son inherits the property of father, because it's his rightful claim that this property of my father belongs to me. I am the owner. I have the right. Similarly, devotees have the right to go to the abode of Lord. Why? Because while undergoing all the sufferings, they never forget the Lord. They engage in the service of the Lord with the body, mind, words. So Madhvacharya started expanding. This is very, very important verse for a devotees. Then he said that actually Lord Krishna is the only deliverer of all the people. Neither Lord Brahma nor Lord Shiva can deliver the souls. Only Lord Mukunda is the actual deliverer. He is the only one can award liberation to people. So next point. There was one person called Trivikram. Trivikrama, he was addicted to Mayavada philosophy. He was one day when Madhvacharya was sitting and discussing in the assembly of devotee scholars, Brahmanas. This Trivikrama also was there, one of the congregation to hear. But this Trivikrama was taught right from the beginning about the philosophy of Shankaracharya. He had faith in the philosophy of Shankaracharya and he was reading too much and he was a big scholar. And all the Brahmanas in the assembly of Madhvacharya were very, very insignificant compared to this person's scholarship. Such a powerful person is this Trivikrama. Trivikrama Pandita was very scholarly. And his father actually was a Vaishnava. Although this Trivikrama read many, many books and books of Shankaracharya, but he was not satisfied with the conclusion of the Shankaracharya's philosophy. But he had strong faith. So because he read this philosophy, he was taught this Mayavada philosophy right from the beginning of childhood. His father told him many times, my dear son, actually the impersonal Brahma Jyoti is not ultimate goal of one's life. Impersonal Brahma Jyoti is not the ultimate goal of one's life or one's spiritual realization. So Lord Krishna is the source of the impersonal Brahma Jyoti. Therefore, you should worship the source. That is the ultimate final realization, perfect realization. Although he was advised by his father to worship Lord Krishna, who is the source of Brahma Jyoti, nevertheless, this person secretly would read the philosophy of books of Shankaracharya. Because of his strong faith, he is reading too much. He would always argue with disciples of Madhvacharya. Once Madhvacharya was explaining about the glories of Lord Krishna, transcendental glories of Lord Krishna, he confronted this Trivikrama Pandita, confronted, and Madhvacharya started giving the very good explanation, started refuting all the argument put forward by this Trivikrama. And all the illusion was completely dispelled. In this way, Madhvacharya would speak in such a way that all the people who gather, who hear, they become thrilled, they enjoy. All people are filled with ecstasy to hear from Madhvacharya. In this way, Madhvacharya enlightened all the people, all his disciples, and would speak about the glories of God in such a way that people cannot look at anyone or anything else other than the face of Madhvacharya. They would sit and hear with rapt attention. They would not focus on anything. They did not know how the time passes. They come and sit in the morning till night, they would hear. In this way, Madhvacharya would explain the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. He would present the philosophy of Krishna consciousness in such a way that in this very simple way, even child can understand. Any child can understand In this way, he would present, just like Prabhupada has presented the books of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, all the books. Any child can read and understand. There is no complexities at all. So in this way, Madhvacharya would explain. But whereas the great scholars who are Mayavadis, even though they knew many verses, they would recite with proper meter, Vedanta Sutra, Upanishad, everything. Nevertheless, they could not understand the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, even iota, small. Although one may be a great scholar, they could not understand, they could not grasp what Madhvacharya was speaking. Whereas innocent people, even child, could understand the meaning of what Madhvacharya wanted to convey. So in this way, Madhvacharya would speak, and in this way, Madhvacharya was giving explanation about Krishna conscious philosophy for weeks together. When Trivikrama heard this, and he was completely convinced of this personalist philosophy that the absolute truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. So immediately he fell at the feet of Madhvacharya and asked, "My dear master, please forgive me. I have committed many offenses at your lotus feet due to my ignorance. Please kindly forgive me all the offenses. And kindly accept me as your surrendered soul. Please initiate me." And Madhvacharya gave him the initiation. Then after initiating him, and he taught him Brahma Sutra Bhashya. Then later, Madhvacharya, when he was in Udupi, I think he went to Jayasimha's kingdom. In Pajak Kshetra is where he was born. His father was Madhvacharya Bhatta. Madhvacharya Bhatta had many sons. All the sons before Madhvacharya was born. All the sons died before Madhvacharya was born. Therefore, his father and his wife, his father and mother underwent severe tapasya for 12 years to beget a son who can live for a long time and to get a devotee son. So as the result of the austerity, Madhvacharya was born. Then when Madhvacharya was 12 years old, he wanted to take renounced out of life, sannyasa. But father, mother cried, "Please don't go. If you go, who will take care of us in the old age? Already we are old. So please consider our situation." Then Madhvacharya said, "Okay, until you get one more person who will look after you, I will not accept the renounced out of life." So he stayed in the house. Then due course of time, Madhvacharya's mother gave birth to one son, so Madhvacharya's brother. Then after son was born, he told, "No, son is born, he will take care of you. Please give me permission. Let me take sannyasa." So father, mother gave the order or permission to take sannyasa. So Madhvacharya was living in the ashram of Achyuta Preksha and took initiation. So his son, that's Madhvacharya's brother, he grew up and he showed interest in Shastra. His father encouraged him. He became a scholar and a very good devotee. So in due course of time, he also got married. After marriage, he started taking care of his parents nicely, and he stayed in home. He did not go anywhere because parents were old. And in this way, Madhvacharya's father lived for 90 years. After 90 years, become old and passed away. And his wife, she could not bear separation from her husband, being unable to bear separation from her husband, and she also left her body. So this Madhvacharya's brother did not inform Madhvacharya to come and do final ritual. It's a duty of elder person to do final ritual for father and mother, because it's a very strict rule in our country, India. The sannyasi, once one has taken sannyas out of life, he should not have any obligation with family members. He should not have any obligation with the family members. So Madhvacharya's brother knew very well that since my brother has become sannyasi, there is no point in calling him. There is no need to come here and do ritual. I only have to do ritual. So he did all the rituals for the parents, final rituals. Then after that, whatever money he had, everything is spent for feeding the brahmanas for all the rituals. Then after that, he went to meet Madhvacharya, who was in the kingdom of Jayasimha. After meeting Jayasimha, after meeting his brother Madhvacharya, he explained about his parents' death. Then Madhvacharya heard everything. Then he said, "No, can I take sannyasa so that I can join you?" Madhvacharya thought for a while and said, "Since no Chaturmas has started, I am busy in worshipping the deity, so time has not come for you. Better you go home. Go to Panchakshetra. I'll come at the end of Chaturmasya. Then I'll decide." So Madhvacharya instructed him to go back to Pachaka Kshetra. He returned to his hometown. And after returning hometown, he was very rigid, followed very strict austerity, and would hardly sleep, would hardly eat. In this way, he passed time. Madhvacharya, after finishing Masya, returned to hometown, Pachakshetra. Then he saw his brother is very serious, is a scholar, he knows the Shastra, and a very simple, very pure-minded person. He was qualified to take sannyasa. Then he took him to a place called Kanvatirtha, which is around 8 kilometers from south of Mangalore. So he performed a fire sacrifice and gave initiation to his brother and named him as Vishnu Tirtha. So then Vishnu Tirtha, then at the same time, around 7 people have accepted sannyasa, renounced out of life. So the total 8 sannyasis. So these 8 sannyasis became the founder of 8 matas called Ashtamata. 8 matas called Ashtamata. That matas are called Rishikesh Tirtha. One of the leading disciples of Madhvacharya is called Rishikesh Tirtha. He became the founder of Polymer Mata. Narahari Tirtha became the founder of Adamar Mat. Janardana Tirtha became the founder of Krishnapur Mat. Upendra Tirtha became the founder of Uttige Mat. Vamana Tirtha became the founder of Sirur Mat. Vishnu Tirtha became the founder of Swade Mat. Drama Tirtha became founder of Kanur Mat. And Adokshaja Tirtha became founder of Pejavar Mat. So we heard that 8 matas called Astamatas. This all 8 matas are there in near Udupi Krishna temple. It's called Krishna Mat. Udupi Krishna is called Krishna Mat. Around this Krishna temple, 8 temples, 8 matas are there. So Madhvacharya and all the sannyasis sat together and discussed, established a system of worship, how to worship the Lord in systematic way according to Pancharatrika Vidhi system. So the system was very rigid, very elaborate way of worshipping the Lord. Madhvacharya gave so much importance of deity worship. Apart from chanting the holy name, he gave so much importance to rituals and deity worship. So all the people were worshipping the deities very rigorously, following all the principles set forth by Madhvacharya. In this way, each and every mata head would take chance to worship the deity of Krishna every 2 months. Once in 2 months, one person, one in charge, one matas in charge would do deity worship of Krishna for 2 months. Then next, after 2 months, one more person will do. Like that, in rotation they will get. So this was going on up to 16th century. Madhvacharya introduced this in the 14th century, after 200 years later, called Vadiraja Tirtha, who appeared in the same parampara in the Madhvacharya's line of disciple section. He changed the system from 2 months to 2 years. Now they called Paryaya. So every 2 years, one matas in charge would take charge of Udupi Mat Krishna worship. So in this way, one person will get a chance for once in 16 years. So 2 years they will worship. So they are following very strictly, even till now, up to date, they are following the system. When Madhvacharya introduced 2 months, then later in the same parampara, Vadiraja who appeared, he introduced from 2 months to 2 years. So not to streamline the worship of Krishna. Then after that, Vishnu Tirtha was a brother of Madhvacharya, studied Upanishad and Vedanta Sutra under the guidance of Madhvacharya. After that, he wanted to go on a tour to north. So he took permission from his brother, started going. He went to north. There he underwent severe tapasya, austerity. Very severe austerity he underwent. And he would eat practically once in 5 days, Panchagavya. Little that also somebody comes and gives, he would eat. Otherwise, he would not eat. Some disciple or some people, common people, somebody comes and gives some milk or curd, he would eat once in 5 days. And he brought all his senses complete control. And he fixed his mind upon the lotus feet of Lord Krishna without deviation. So Madhvacharya felt very happy to see his brother is undergoing severe austerity for pleasing the Lord. And he sent one of the Shaligrama. Madhvacharya received 8 Shaligrama from Vyasadeva when he went to Uttarabadri. And one Shaligrama out of 8 Shaligrama was sent to his brother Vishnu Tirtha to worship. So his brother was worshipping the deity of, means the Shaligram Shila given by Madhvacharya. Then Madhvacharya, it was going on. And once Madhva, although stationed in, basically he was stayed in Udupi, he would often travel to different places to meet people to preach Krishna conscious philosophy. Once they went to a place called Gomati River. They went to the bank of Gomati River. There, Madhvacharya asked one of his disciples to recite from Vedas. And Madhvacharya would hear. At the time, there was one atheistic ruler of this area who was the hater of the Vedas, came to Madhvacharya and said, in his handful, he brought some seeds of something. He brought and showed. You are reciting Vedas. But has it got any potency? Then if it got any potency, by simply reciting the Vedas, the seed should grow into a tree. The reciting Vedas has got some potency, then this seed should grow into a tree. Possibility is there. If it's not possible, then it is waste of time. Simply, you people are wasting. It has no meaning of reciting Veda. So he was hater of the Vedas. So Madhvacharya started explaining. Actually, Lord Krishna cannot be understood by unqualified person. Although he may have eyes, nevertheless one cannot see the Lord. So we can see when Krishna was there 5,000 years ago, he was personally present. But not all the people could see that Krishna is Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Only Pandavas, Bhishma, Drona, Vidura could see that Krishna is Sakshat Bhagavan. Same person was seen by Shishupala, Duryodhana, so many people, Kamsa, but none of them could understand Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although one may have eyes, one may see Krishna, still he cannot accept or understand Krishna. So Krishna can be understood only by surrender and submission. So you are trying to prove that there is no Veda, there is no use of reciting Vedas. So then you want to prove. So he took the seeds from his hand, Madhvacharya put in his hand, and started reciting Vedas, verses from Vedas. The moment he started reciting, and the seed started shaking, and started sprouting, and started growing, and became a tree, and started bearing fruits, flowers and fruits. All things happened within few minutes. And this ruler was hater of the Vedas, atheistic person, struck with wonder, and immediately offered respect to Madhvacharya. You are great. Vedas are great. God is great. He accepted his defeat and offered respect to Madhvacharya. Then later, Madhvacharya, after that, he started proceeding. Once he was walking, he went to the bank of Tungabhadra river. It's called one Tirtha is called Ambu Tirtha, so which is on the bank of Tungabhadra river. So when he went to there, he wanted to cross over the river, and there was no proper place. There's no boat, and he saw that one large uh, stone kind of piece, like a plate. So actually, it's very large, huge, and slab, kind of big slab, stone slab. And without any assistance, Madhva took that big slab and put over the top of this one, and what he was able to cross over the river easily, he and along with his followers. And the people saw, they were stuck with wonder, because it's impossible to lift this big slab, stone slab, because in the past, 1,000 people joined together, lifted that stone slab and brought to the place. And these people were not able to fit it, so to cross over the river. And they brought and kept, but they are not able to fit. So whereas Madhvacharya single-handedly, without any effort, without any this one, he took that slab and put. Then some people started saying, no, it's impossible for even Bhima cannot lift. Even Bhima cannot lift such a big slab, big stone. Whereas Madhvacharya lifted, just like a Hanuman lifted peak of Gandhamadana mountain. Similarly, Madhvacharya lifted. Everyone started glorifying Madhvacharya. Then after that, Madhvacharya, he went to, while he was traveling, went to a place called Panjalingeshwara temple. The Panjalingeshwara temple, he learned, after reaching there, he learned there was no proper worship of the deity there, Panjalingeshwara. The worship was stopped, means the temple was closed. He understood there was some friction between the temple managers and pujaris, and as a result, the deity worship was stopped. And he acted as a mediator. He called all the people, local people, thousands of people came, and he addressed to all the people, also the pujaris, the temple managers. He said, actually, deity worship is meant for the satisfaction of the Lord. We should worship the deity for his satisfaction. And we should not fight. If a devotees fight among themselves for some silly reason, and they miss out the real point of worship, the ultimate point of worshipping the Lord meant for his satisfaction. If we fight for something, for silly things to attain, who will get the post, who will control, I should be the head of this institution, I should control. Everyone wants some power to control. As a result, that deity worship is neglected. Why? Try to dominate. I want to become controller. Everything should go according to my direction. So because of this political fight, one cannot please the Lord. That becomes detrimental in one's progress in spiritual life. So Madhvacharya says, it is love and devotion alone important in deity worship. By offering nice bhoga, by doing nice worship, Lord will be satisfied. Not by fight, not by fighting to who will own this property, who will become controller of this property. In this way, we cannot please the Lord. Please understand the essence of deity worship is to please the Lord. One should serve the Lord with love and devotion. This will please the Lord. By doing this, one can make rapid advancement in devotional service, and this way he can go back home, back to Godhead. If one neglects a deity worship to maintain his political ambitious nature, he cannot go back home, back to Godhead. Rather, he'll be rotting in this material world. So in this way, Madhvacharya told this temple managers and pujaris, please worship this Panjalingeshwara, Lord Shiva's. This deity was installed and worshipped by Pandavas. Therefore, please worship the deity, this 5 lingas, according to Pancharatrika Vidya system. So the moment they heard this, and all the brahmanas and temple managers started, within few hours, the temple was open for public, the deity worship started, and nice bhog offering started, wonderful worship started, and all the misunderstanding between this managers, temple managers, and the brahmanas, priests have been dissolved. And before that, actually, there was no rain in the area due to no rain, and there was no pond, means there was no water in the pond, there's no vegetation, people were starving. The moment they started deity worship, the moment Madhva stepped in and started preaching, he glanced over the space, immediately there was rain, and all the things became very beautiful, and all the ponds, rivers filled with water. There was a good vegetation, and all the people got their necessities. They were filled with happy. So all the citizens of this place, when they saw the turn of the things, as soon as Madhva came and things how how Madhva put in place and how everything set right, so people were pleased. But there one person, one atheistic person, he was unhappy, because previously all the people would go to him and would offer respect to him because he was rich, a scholar. And when Madhva came, since Madhva came, everyone started going to him. Nobody was coming to him. He became envious of Madhvacharya and decided to kill Madhva. And he employed some criminals to kill Madhva. He thought this person, this village person thought, since Madhva is 70-year-old, easily we can kill him. It's not a big thing. So he employed some criminals and gave some money going to kill. So Madhvacharya came to know that some people were employed to murder him. So without anyone's knowledge, he left the place. He was not afraid actually, because even if they make an attempt to kill Madhva, they will go to hell. In order to save them from this reaction, Madhvacharya silently escaped. So these people, criminals, when they came to know that Madhva is not there, they felt very much relieved, because they thought, if I had killed him, we would have gone to hell. So somehow this great saint saved us. They mentally offered respect to Madhvacharya for saving their life. So next, Madhvacharya. So Madhvacharya went to a place, Kokoda, the one place called Kokoda. He went to the place of, went to temple of Dhanvantri. Dhanvantri generally doctors, Ayurvedic doctors worship Dhanvantri. So there Madhvacharya went on Amavasya day, on the noon time, along with his followers. The citizens of this place received Madhvacharya, and all the disciples of Madhvacharya, followers of Madhvacharya, and started serving Madhvacharya wonderful feast. The one house main person who was hosting, and he did not eat on the day, night time, because it was the ritual. Amavasya day they would eat only once in the afternoon, night they would not eat. When Madhvacharya was invited to the house and he was serving, and Madhvacharya, when he came to know that he will not eat night time, then Madhvacharya said, actually the main principle is to honor the prasadam with the devotees, in the presence of devotees, not to simply attach to a ritual. Because he was thinking of this, some ritual that one should not eat on Amavasya day night time, one should eat only once. But when Madhvacharya came, when he instructed that you should take the opportunity to eat with the devotees, then he was convinced. Then later, every Amavasya day, he would invite people, and he would have dinner to commemorate this Madhvacharya's arrival at his home and had prasadam. So therefore, one should not merely follow some rituals. Whatever Mahajana says or follows, one should simply follow. Whatever Mahajana put forward, one should simply accept that. So Madhvacharya stayed in the house for some more days, and later all the people became his disciples. Then Madhvacharya compiled one book called he stayed Krishnamrita Maharnava. He composed one book called Krishnamrita Maharnava. So there he describes about how one can please Lord Krishna while observing Ekadashi. by fasting, one can please Krishna on Ekadashi days. How? By fasting, chanting, and studying Shastra. So by this way, one can please Lord Krishna. Madhvacharya stressed this one most important point. From the age of 8 to 80, one should follow, one should observe fasting on Ekadashi day. So while chanting the holy name, one should not expect any reward, material reward. One should not have any material desires. One should chant the holy name only for the satisfaction of the Lord. In this way, one can make rapid advancement in devotional service. While practicing Ekadashi, one must chant the holy name without expecting any material gain. Without any material desire, one should worship the Lord. Then later, this was the instruction given to the householders. Of course, all the Madhvas follow Ekadashi very strictly. Then later, one of the disciples called Narari Tirtha. Actually, his name was Shami Shastri. Shami Shastri, once he met Madhvacharya, and he was initiated by Madhvacharya and gave the title called Narari Tirtha. When Madhvacharya was 3 months before his disappearance, Madhvacharya, three months before his disappearance, this Narari Tirtha came to Madhvacharya with the Moolarama deity. So we already discussed about the history of Moolarama deity. Now, we'll have a short recap of this deity. This Moolarama deity was worshipped by King Ikshvaku. Then later, Ikshvaku gave this deity to Dasharatha Maharaj. Dasaraja Maharaj worshipped this Moolarama deity. Then after that, Lord Ramachandra. So while Ramachandra was ruling, a Brahmana would come and meet Rama. After seeing the Rama, only would go and eat. So once Ramachandra was out of city, so this person could not see Lord Rama for 7 days, and as a result, he could not eat. He did not eat, and he became very, very thin. So then after some days, Ramachandra returned to kingdom. This Brahmana came, and when Ramachandra noticed that this person's Brahmana is very weak and asked reason, and he said, unless until I see you, I will not eat. So then Ramachandra told Lakshmana to hand over the deity of Mool Rama and said, this is not different from me. You can see this deity and you can eat. So in this way, that Brahmana was worshipping. Later, the Brahmana was, when he was on the deathbed, he came and returned this deity to Lakshmana. Then later, on the order of Lord Ramachandra, Lakshmana gave this deity to Hanuman. So Hanuman was hanging the deity around his neck, and he was moving. After Lord Ramachandra disappeared, he went back to his abode, and Hanuman went to Gandhamadra mountain, and he was living in Gandhamadra mountain in the Himalaya region. So once Pandavas were in the forest during the exile, 12 years of exile, Arjuna went to Indraloka to get divine weapons. At the time, Pandavas also went to Himalaya. So once Draupadi was there in the Himalaya, due to heavy wind, one lotus flower came and fell near her. So when she took the lotus flower, she was very pleased to see this, and she immediately called Bhima and said, my dear Bhima, please get more flowers. I want to decorate our house at Kamikavana with these flowers. Please go and get more flowers. So then Bhima went to search of this flower, and finally he started searching, and whatever was there on the way, he started killing all the wild animals and all. And he was going to the lake which belonged to demigods, Kuberas. So Hanuman knew that that place is not accessible for any human being. That's meant for demigods. But Bhima was going. Somehow Hanuman wanted to prevent this, and he was lying so that he should not go to that place where the lotus flowers are there. And when Bhima came and Hanuman was lying, and Bhima said, "Oh monkey, who are you?" "I am Bhima." "So who are you?" Said, "I am some old monkey. I am taking rest. I am not keeping well." "So where are you going?" "I am going to the place. Please leave the place. Move away. I want to, let me pass. I want to get some flowers." So I said to, please don't go. It's not good for you. It's not meant for any human being to go. That's meant for only demigods. You should not, I will not let you pass. So he was Bhima was very upset, and Bhima said, "See, please move. Otherwise, I will kill you." Something he told. Then I said, "I am very old. You can jump over me and go." I said, "I will not jump over because Paramatma is there. I respect Paramatma. Therefore, I will not jump. Otherwise, I would have easily jumped like my brother Hanuman jumped over ocean to go to Lanka." So this old monkey asked, "Who is Hanuman? Don't you know? He's my brother. He's my brother. He's hero of Ramayana." And he simply one jump with this one, he crossed the ocean. So I am also equal to my brother in every respect. So I can also jump. So Hanuman knew very well that Bhima was intoxicated with the pride of his incomparable strength. So he wanted to cut off, smash his false pride. So he said, "Anyway, I'm very old, so you can move my tail, and after that you can go." So Bhima thought, "No, I'll send you to about Amaraja." Then with his mighty strength, he started. He thought just he can just to shake and throw. With full strength, he started pushing this tail of Hanuman, but he could not do. And with both hands, he tried to move. He could not move an inch. With this 10,000 elephant strength, he could not move an inch of the tail of this monkey. Then finally came, surrendered. "Please, I know that you are not ordinary monkey. Please let me know who you are. Please let me know your real identity." At the time, Hanuman said, "I am the Hanuman, son of Vayu." So then conversation took place between them. At the time, Hanuman gave this deity of Moolarama to Bhima. So Bhima took this deity and he came and the Pandavas were worshipping. Then later the deity was given to King of Orissa. So in this way, Bhima gave this deity to King of Orissa. So Madhvacharya knew that because in the previous life he handed over the deity of Moolarama to this King of Orissa, and this deity is worshipped there. It's there. So he told Narada, "You please go and get this deity. Please go and get the deity." So then Narada went to kingdom and he became the king because the king of Orissa died and his son was very, very young. He could not accept the throne. As a result, this Narada became the king. And when the prince, the son of the king, became 16, 18-year-old, when he was qualified to accept the throne, then Narada handed over the king to the prince and, "Please rule the kingdom. Please give me permission to leave." The prince was very happy because he handed over the kingdom and asked, "Please take whatever you want." Inside, "I don't want anything. I want only this Moolarama deity." Because that was the desire of Madhvacharya. So he wanted to fulfill the desire of Madhvacharya. So the prince gave the deity of Moolarama. Then he brought Narada brought the deity and gave to Madhvacharya. Madhvacharya was pleased to see the deity and he was worshipping the deity. After some time, Madhvacharya gave this deity to Narada to continue his worship. So Narada kept the deity in Adamar mud. He was the fount of the Adama mud. Then after that, the deity was shifted to Raghavendra Swami Mutt at Mantralaya in Andhra Pradesh. Presently, the deity is in Mantralaya. So when Madhvacharya came to know, means he understood his mission is successful because the purpose of Madhvacharya came to this world is to re-establish Madhva philosophy, to establish that Krishna is a supreme absolute truth. All the jivas are eternal servant of Krishna. So he understood his mission is completely successful. He smashed the theories of impersonalist and established the personalist theory, saying that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. So he felt that his mission is successful. Then he wanted to go back to his place. The one day he called all the disciples. He went to Ananteshwara temple in Udupi, and in the assembly of people, he started reciting from Upanishad. Aitreya Upanishad was a favorite Upanishad of Madhvacharya. He started reciting from the Upanishad, and it was very beautiful. His eyes were like a lotus flower. very large and very smiling, and everything was like a festive atmosphere. Everyone was enjoying mood. So while this was going on, the talk was going on, suddenly all the people could hear voice from the sky, and celestial personalities spoke. All glories to you, O son of Vayu. You saved the fallen souls of Kali Yuga. Then they started glorifying, you are the powerful Bhimasena. All glories to you. You are dear to Lord Ramachandra. Because of you, we have been saved. The demigod said, because of you, we have been saved from the Maya of the philosophy. So everyone started glorifying. All the people started showering flowers from the top. So when Madhvacharya's disciples saw that people were speaking celestial voice, they could hear the celestial voice about the glories of Madhvacharya, how he has saved the people in this age of Kali by preaching the personalist philosophy. So at the same time, they are offering flowers, and actually entire body of Madhvacharya filled with, covered with flowers. And the two of the intimate disciples went and removed the flowers. They were shocked to see. They were shocked to see Madhvacharya wound up his pastimes, left for the abode of his guru Vyasadeva Uttarabhadri to render service unto him. So the Madhvacharya wrote in the commentary on Mahabharata, when demigods comes to this world, they will not stay long time after accomplishing their mission, or their celestial identities are revealed. So they will immediately leave once the mission is completed, or they come to know this so and so. So the disappearance of Madhvacharya happened on ninth day of fortnight uh, moon, bright moon, in the year 1317, almost 708 years before Madhvacharya wound up his pastimes and went to the abode of his spiritual master to render service unto him. So this is the life history of Madhvacharya. So we have completed in 5 sessions. So thank you for watching the series. Hare Krishna. Please take the quiz.